even if I touch a meal. And do it through the pain, I don't need the pain. And life gon' get me down, but it won't break my will. Cause I've been chasing this so long, I can't give up. I won't give in, been through too much. I done prayed for the money, I done prayed for the fame. I done prayed that I will make a sacrifice and play this game. I done prayed that my life would never be the same. I done prayed that I will make it bring glory to my name.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Guards at 615. Before we get started, this podcast is brought to you by Final Form Subs. I got the pre-workout here. Already got my water pre-made because I got to take my pre-workout at 8 o'clock. So we'll all be taking it before the pod, like halfway through the pod. And guys, we got all kinds of things. We got pre-workout. We got stuff for working out. We got personal care. We got soaps. We have face scrubs. We have shea butter, 100 natural, 100% organic, natural shea butter. And now we have apparel, guys. We got hoodies, T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts. We got the crop tops for the ladies, the workout crop tops. Achieve your final form. We also got accessories. We got phone cases, beanies, stickers, mugs, hats. So we're going. If it's up, then it's stuck. You hear what I'm saying? Like Meg the Stallion, all right. And then we also have, I believe that is it. But guys, go ahead and just check out what we have on the website, finalformsubs.com. Use promo code Coach Strib, all caps, no space, and that's 10% off your order. That doesn't matter what. You can get a beanie, you can get a protein powder. 10% off your entire order. It doesn't matter what you get. 10% off the entire order, guys. Take advantage of that. Finalformsubs.com. Achieve your final form. Marc.
Yes, sir.
So I got some news I came across today. I need to get your opinion on this because I feel like this is probably going to upset you, but I don't know if you saw this came out today, I believe. Let me bring it up real quick. Let me bring it up. So we all know that the Super Bowl is a very expensive sporting event to go to.
Probably.
And this was posted an hour ago. Mr. Floyd Money Mayweather spent $1.3 million on a suite at the Super Bowl. Now, contextually, let me explain. That's how much he bought the suite, and he's bringing 34 of his, I would assume, close friends and family, et cetera, and he's paying for the suite, and he's bringing them with. So obviously, he's got the money, and I believe it's probably a good gesture. But I don't think I would ever. I think even if I had, I don't know, because I don't have millions and billions of dollars. But I think even if I had billions of dollars, I don't think I would spend $1.3 million on the Super Bowl.
If I had his money, I would.
You would?
Dude, that's pennies to him.
It is. But for me, I don't think.
I get what you're saying, man.
I love football, right? Now, I love football. I don't think I would spend 1.3 on the Super Bowl. Even if I had $40 billion, I don't think I would spend 1.3 of it. 1.3 million for a Super Bowl.
Well, to be fair, that's because we've never been in that situation.
We haven't, but I'm cheap by nature. Like even if I can afford something, I wouldn't get certain things just because that's too much for that item. 1.3 million is too much for a 4-hour sporting event.
I don't know. It's just pennies at that point to the people like that, bro.
It is. You're right. You're 100% right. But
because we're thinking about it as in like our situation, like ourselves, like. And I say this all the time. I'd be like, oh, like, I don't know. Because, like, I say all the time, like, even if I hit the $1 billion Powerball, I wouldn't be out here buying these exotic cars or the ridiculous mansion. And I thought to myself, you don't know that, Marc. You never had money like that. You don't know.
You're right. We don't know, but you can speculate. Like, I know if I did have money, things would for sure change. Like I would have houses in multiple states, right? Like
Right.
things would for sure
Of
change.
course. Yeah.
But I think part of it for me is football's not that serious to me. Like I can afford to go to football games, even though there's not a team out here, but like I can go when I go home, I could go to football games. I don't like going to football games in general. So even if I had a suite, I would spend 1.3 million. I was literally talking to because we were talking about it at the gym today. And I said I would literally rather rent out, go to a local cigar lounge, and I would literally rent out the cigar lounge. You could probably do that for 50,000. I would rent out. I'd be like, hey, to the owner or whatever. Hey, I got $50,000 or whatever. There's like, hey, how much would it cost to rent out the cigar lounge for Super Bowl Sunday for that night? How long would that cost? Like, what do you make in a night? And I'll pay that and then some. Like, what's the price on that? I assume you could probably do that for $50,000, right? To just for that night, it's just you, your buddies. They got the game on. They got the cigars there that you can buy the cigars, and then have the bar open, and we're buying the alcohol. So we're not even like it's not like they're just giving it for we're 50K, and then we're actually buying. I assume you could probably pull that off at a local cigar lounge. I'd rather do that. Now, some people would be, oh my God, it's still spending 50,000, but like I would rather do that than 1.3 million for a suite of the Super Bowl. Because that's me. That's a lot. Now, I'm not saying, it's his money. I think it's great that he does that. But I'm just saying, I don't think I would do that if I had that money. I don't think. Like you said, I don't really know. Because, like you said, it is chump change. It is, you're right. It is chump change.
It's like a tax write-off to him, bro. That's nothing.
Oh, it's for sure a tax write-off. It's for sure a tax write-off. 100% a tax write-off. Especially because he's doing it, he's bringing his people. You can for sure
bringing his business. Yeah,
correct. Yeah, for sure. But that's that's crazy. Like I'm not, trying to knock what he's doing. It's just to me, I'm just like that's crazy, bro. 1.3 for a suite. That's wild.
A lot.
Damn. But Super Bowl's coming up now. I do have two notes I want to get into. One is a random fact. This is the fact of the week. This is Guardian 615 fun fact of the week. So for those of y'all that don't know, I'm heavily involved in like the stock market, the economy. I listen to Yahoo Finance every morning, Monday through Friday. So I'm really in tune with the market. And because of Yahoo Finance, I also like it as a political a source of political news without any biases. So like, CNN always leans one way. Fox News leads the other way. I want to get, I'm apolitical. Like I'm not political at all, but I do want to know like what's going on in our government. And so Yahoo Finance to me is the most unbiased form of political information because they'll tell you that, policies and things that are going on, but they just give you what's going on, how that might affect the economy, and they move on. There's no like left or right leaning agenda, right? So I'm listening to Yahoo Finance, and they were talking about pharmacy sector and pharmaceutical companies. They're talking about companies that are doing well, and CVS got brought up. And for those of you that don't know, CVS is actually the largest pharmaceutical store in the world, or I don't know about world, but in the country for sure. CVS makes their money on the pharmacy, not the convenience store part. The convenience store part is just whatever. Their money is made through the pharmacy. And the stat is 80 to 85% of the US population lives 10 minutes from a CVS. That's how big of market share they have in just that. And that's just pure real estate. That 80 to 85% of the entire US population lives 10 minutes from a CVS.
That's like that subway shit. You could have 5 subways within a 2-mile radius.
Yeah, Subway's the largest fast food restaurant, or no, Subway's the largest restaurant period in the United States from a number of stores aspect, not from a sales aspect, but number of stores. I believe
They
they
literally
used to have.
sit right next to each other, bro. It's crazy.
You said what?
They literally sit right next to each other sometimes. It's crazy.
Oh well, so because of like the whole market thing. The funny thing about Subway is they used to have like 20,000 stores. I think they're down to like 17,000, which they're still the number one by a large margin. Even though over the past few years they have the highest rate of closing stores down because of that. So like with McDonald's, the reason why McDonald's and Chick-fil-A they do so well to get that franchise, you have to pass certain checks. So like for McDonald's, you have to actually go to I think it's called Hamburger University or something like that. You have to actually go to this place where they educate you on how to run a successful McDonald's because they have a business model. Here's the business model. You got to have this amount of land. It's got to be located in this area. This is how you run it, et cetera, et cetera. If you follow this blueprint, this McDonald's will be successful. That's how franchises work. And so you can't just open up a McDonald's or Chick-fil-A anywhere. You have to, one, have like I think it's $1 million or some 1.3 million or something like that to open a McDonald's. You got to have the money up front, and then you got to pad. You can't put it anywhere. The problem with Subway is you can open up a Subway anywhere. There's Subway. We've all seen the Subway. Like there's a Subway there. You go 2 blocks down the street. There's another one.
Yep.
So the reason why,
Yep.
and then they're just some of them. Now don't get me wrong. Some Subways do well. Like some Subways, they're in great locations and they're ran well. And then some of them are in terrible locations and they're not run well. People can just open them up anywhere. And I think that's why they are closing at such a high rate because they reached this critical mass point where they had so many stores. There's only so much real estate you can have in having stores. So then now you got Subways competing with each other. Subway, they should be competing against Jersey Mike's. They should be competing against other deli stores. But when you got Subways competing against each other, that's a problem. So that's one reason why they're closing out. And from an investment standpoint, I would not put my money in Subway. It's just not a smart investment. They're closing out. And I believe their stock is dropping. I'm not even 100% sure if they pay dividends. So when I look at their data for their stock on their ticker, it's just not even. It's just not something I would invest in. And, it didn't help with the guy, Jared, was his name Jared from Subway that had that whole case. That didn't help. And then when they did, and then when they tested I think it was the tuna or tested one of the meats and it came out the meat was fake, that didn't help. Mm-hmm. So now Subway, if you notice, they've gotten like these NBA players to do commercials. So now they're rebranding.
Advertisement. It's crazy.
Yeah, so now they're in the middle of a rebrand. Which I went to a Subway in Vegas, and it was straight. It was good. So they're rebranding, but like they're trying to now they're 100% fresh meat. Like they gotta go out of their way to rebranding to get back their customer base. They have the best cookies in the game. I don't know what's going on with their chocolate chip cookies. Best cookies in the world. Best cookies I've ever had in my entire life. They sit there all day, and somehow they're still super soft and fresh. I don't get it, but. Yeah, Subway has a problem on its own, but yeah, man, CVS is doing it. Shout out CVS. Their stock is doing well for right now, and I believe the S&P 500 is about to hit the $5,000 mark if you're going to invest in a mutual fund, which is the highest it's ever been in history. The economy right now, if you're really in tune, the economy right now is actually doing very, very well. Unemployment across the country is down to 3%, and this is the longest run we've had at 3% for the past, I think, 50 years, something like that. I mean, are the way that I know when inflation happened because of COVID and the Fed raised interest rates, I know that hurt us as Americans. But looking back at it now, the fact that our inflation isn't higher than where it should be, they kind of knew what they were doing a little bit, even though it hurt it. It hurt us at the beginning, but it's got inflation's down. It's almost back to normal as it can be because you still going to have a 2% raise per year, et cetera, et cetera. But you said what?
The grocery store ain't caught the memo.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be different. It's going to be different in certain areas, but for the most part, our economy is doing pretty damn well right now. Which is crazy, but yeah, man, I've been in it. Mark,
Hmm.
I think I texted this in the group. It's the last thing I had on my notes. Joe Rogan signs a multi-year, $250 million contract with Spotify.
Can't cancel the goat. Can't cancel the goat.
I think
The Godfather of podcasts.
what Joe Rogan is doing, and I don't even want to just pin him in one thing by saying the podcast industry. What Joe Rogan is doing in the entertainment industry, because I love Joe Rogan as a UFC announcer, a fight announcer, period.
He's
I
very good at
love
it.
Joe. He's just a great and he's a very passionate talker. And you can get that from his podcast sometimes, even though in podcast he's like a little more like, chill. But he's such
Shit
a
is high.
right. Right. He's a very passionate talker. So I love him as a sports announcer. I love him as a sports analyst. I love him as a stand-up comedian. I love him as a podcast. So what he's doing in the entertainment industry, I think in like 30 years, maybe not even 30 years, maybe 10 years down the road, we're gonna look back, and by us, I mean us as a society, because of the way things are going, we're gonna look back and be like, I think he is revolutionizing what's going to happen in the next 10 years. Because now artists, like not just podcasting, but music and TV and film, entertainment as a whole, people are starting to realize you can self-finance a lot of things, or you can go about business to where you own your stuff. You do your stuff, and you're not tied down by big corporate like a Netflix specials. The only way to get big as a comedian was to have a special, right? Now I'm not saying Joe Rogan is the one that's doing this, but what he's able to do with Spotify and podcasting is kind of setting this tone of, yes, he has a contract with Spotify, but he owns his stuff and he can take it anywhere. Now,
Right.
people want exclusivity, so they're all willing to offer the big bucks. But before that, he was putting his stuff everywhere, and it was doing so well. He owned it to where he was able to secure those big deals, kind of like a Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle, after the whole Comedy Central thing, he was kind of doing his own thing, but because he was so successful and he built a name for himself through his hard work, Netflix wanted that exclusivity, so they came to him and offered this big bucks contract. And he could turn it down and still make money, or you accepted it for, if you want to work in partnership. But like, just like in music, like a guy like Russ, I don't know if you know who Russ is, but he writes his own music, he produces his own music, and he obviously raps the music. It's his music from start of the art to end of the art, and it's his. Right. And I think 10 years from now, I think it's going to be hard. I still think there'll be a need for these big corporate like record labels and a lot of these like production companies. There's still gonna be a need for them, because you're gonna have those people that will use that as an opportunity, and then after that they can do their own thing. You'll still have that, but I think that their importance or their necessity to make it, I think it's gonna dwindle in the near future.
Yeah. Did you see where Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers are merging together to make their own mega sports streaming service?
I did.
Every sports movie on there. Eventually, bro, I think this is hilarious, and I think it is heading this way. But eventually, tell me if you think I'm wrong. I think, eventually, there's so many services, right? That's oversaturated, and they're eating each other. Eventually, you're going to start seeing all these services start coming together, and then we're just going to basic cable again, where you just you pay 75, 100 a month for all the streaming services at one press of the button. It's about to be the same shit that it was 20, 30 years ago.
Yeah, it's basically what's happening. Yeah. I don't know.
They're all losing money, bro. They're all losing money.
Not all of them.
Well, not Netflix, because they ate a password share, but a lot of them are losing.
Yeah. I don't know. I've been trying to figure out where this is going to go, because obviously the thing is, like you said, eventually cable TV is gonna die out, right? That's what we think. I
Yes.
That's what we think. I have heard some people mention like what cable TV can do to like stay alive. Not much, right? Because like you said, eventually we're
No.
all gonna be streaming. You can just get
Mhm.
on streaming apps whatever you need. You know, you got your live
It's
TV.
there.
Like right now, I don't
Right.
have cable. Period. I got Hulu Live for my live TV, and then I got
Right.
my Netflix, and I got HBO Max. Between those three, I can get 99% of whatever I need to watch. Every now and
Right.
then, when that NFL, when that Kansas City Chiefs game was on Peacock, then okay,
Mhm.
then I might go to a friend's house because they have Peacock. They just watch that. But outside of that, I got and then I got YouTube. So that's all my podcasting that I watch on TV, and then
Right.
some stuff just ends up on YouTube anyway. So between YouTube, Hulu Live, and then with Hulu you get ESPN and Disney Plus with it as a bundle, right? And then I got HBO
Mhm.
Max, so I got 90% of my stuff covered. So what's going to become the problem is the X factor, because I think the main reason why cable is still a thing is the main reason I think is sports. Obviously, you got the
Yes.
sports, and you have like your local news. Because I don't even know where I would go to get my local news outside of like TV. But I don't watch local news. But I think it comes down to sports. If sports leaves linear cable TV, it ends up on streaming.
It's going to. It's coming.
Now the question is, if you're the NFL, because
It's
the
already
thing
started.
well, but I'm saying no, but listen, the thing is, if you're the NFL, your business model is reach. You want to get in front of many, reach and accessibility. You want as many people to become fans of this sport as fast as possible. Now, I think what's working for sports is you can watch a game on the ESPN app or ESPN Plus, and you can also watch on cable TV. I think if sports goes strictly to streaming, I feel like maybe in the long term the growth might be better, but for that short term, you're gonna cut. There are people that aren't going to initially switch, so you're gonna cut off a part of your fan base that watches your games on ABC or whatever, like the local game, the Titans games that you can watch every Sunday if you're in Tennessee,
Mhm.
right? So I think what if you're the NFL or the NBA, the play is to be on both. You find a way. I don't think exclusivity deals is what's going to work for you if you're the NFL or NBA when you're talking about such a broad watchability. I think you still would have your regular TV games, how you would have it, and the money you get from commercials and ad revenue. And you also make a deal with, let's just say, for an example, Hulu or let's say Peacock. You also make a deal with Peacock or Amazon Prime where they also will show the game for the people that are on that app. But you can still I think if you're the NFL, you want to be on cable TV and you want to find a way to get on every streaming platform. So no matter what you have, you can watch the game. I just don't know
Well,
how that works logistically.
but they've already started it. You just said Amazon Prime. That's exclusively Thursday night games. They're starting to put more games on Peacock alone. And then on top of that, prime example, my father-in-law was a direct TV customer for years because he got NFL Sunday tickets so he could watch the Steelers. Okay. Because he never, living here in Tennessee, all he got was the Titans on CBS, and then they played the same time. So he barely
Right.
ever got to watch the Steelers on TV. Well, Sunday ticket bolted for YouTube TV. So what happened?
Mm.
He canceled his membership for DirecTV, and now he's a YouTube TV subscriber. Just like that. It's already started. It's already started.
At what point do you think, as a consumer, at what point, mixing the pre, as a consumer, at what point is it too much? Because so like when I first started, so when I first moved to San Antonio, I got cable, right? And cable
Yeah.
after like there's like fees or whatever. So after all the fees, it was like 170, maybe 150. Actually, it might be like 150 or 130, something like that. And then I like YouTube or not YouTube TV, Hulu Live. I could get my cable TV, but it was only 75 a month, and there's no fee.
Mm-hmm.
It's 75 or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like 69.99, and then after tax it's like 75, right? So that's obviously it's cheaper. That makes sense because it's cheaper, and I still have my TV. And on top of that, I have the Hulu streaming shows. So really, it's more, right?
That's cable's problem.
But here's what's gonna become the problem is you're paying. Okay, I got Hulu Live. Then you add on HBO Max, add on Peacock, add on Paramount, add on Netflix. Now I'm paying more than one. Now I don't have those. I'm saying for example, because I think now I'm paying about what I was paying for cable. Because I take that back. I'm on my family's account on Netflix. I have HBO Max, Disney Plus, and ESPN are bundled. So I'm still paying less than cable. But I'm saying for just an example, if you're going to get all the streaming services, you can watch all of it, and one of them as your cable or live TV. So whether it's YouTube TV or Hulu Live, et cetera, you're going to be paying more than what you did if you just had cable.
Well, that's fair, but in the same token, you're paying maybe just a little bit more or a little bit less than what you are when you had cable, because cable is expensive for whatever reason. It's still expensive, but you get less with cable than you would what you just listed, because
True.
those streaming services, bro. Yeah, I mean it's gonna add up, of course, but with the streaming services, like we discussed before, you have everything in the palm of your hand. Every TV show, live TV, every movie by whatever that company is, whether it's Disney, Peacock, Universal, uh, Paramount, CBS. You
Right.
have
Yeah.
all of it
Yeah.
right there. You have it right there. You have every season of a show, new show, old show. It doesn't matter. You have access to it immediately. So, in most cases, people are like, okay, well, I'll spend the extra $20 more a month with all this stuff together than I would just paying $20 less for basic cable.
True.
But on the same token, like I said, I think I think it's coming. I don't know if it'll be in the next 5 years. Maybe it will be. But I think in the next at least 10 to 15, I bet you all these companies merge together as one giant streamer, and you'll have all of them will just be under one umbrella, and then you can off branch live TV, whatever with it. It's just coming because they're eating
Well,
themselves.
that won't happen because it's technically illegal. It would be a monopoly.
Well, just look what they just did. Look what Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers just did.
Yeah, well, they're teaming up.
competitors.
I think that one is allowed because they're teaming. Now, obviously, I don't know the nuances, but I think because they're not merging, they're teaming up for an individual project, which is slightly different than if
Yeah,
like if Hulu
but it's
if
going to
this
move ESPN Plus over there. It's going to move because Hulu has live sports. It's going to move all the Hulu live sports over there. It's going to move the live. Well, I guess Paramount's not part of that, but it's going to move. HBO is getting into the sports dynamic. I forgot about that. They're going to move up. That's what I'm saying. It's all.
yeah, I don't know. It's a lot.
It's literally they literally said you'll be able to watch any and every sport on that service. They will air everything. Hell, I air cricket from India on that motherfucker. Apparently,
I wish ESPN was just able to do that.
well, it's because they you can only do what you have contracted to these leagues, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I wish I could. I'm just because I
I
already
agree. I
have.
wish I could just there was an
Yeah.
ESPN like ESPN Plus, right? And I wish that was the only streaming sports channel.
Yeah, that's basically what I'm saying.
And it has
It would just be
everything there.
so easy.
Yeah, you just click a
'Cause
button. and then boom, you got all the sports right there. I agree.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was gonna be when ESPN came out with their we're
But,
gonna have an ESPN Plus. I thought I'd be able to watch all
yeah,
the
bro, they
NBA
black out
games,
everything.
all
Yeah,
the
it's bad.
NFL games, but bro, I don't even know why I'm paying for ESPN Plus. I don't know the last time I opened it. Because half the time I just go to Hulu Live and just go to
Mm-hmm.
ESPN. Because what they do, I notice what they do is if it's a TV game, it's not gonna be on ESPN Plus because they want you to
Correct.
go to watch it on the TV because that's how they get the ad revenue. Because they know
Correct.
how many people because they'd be cutting away from it because they
They
can tell how
black
many people
out.
watch it.
If it's in your backyard, it's blacked out. It doesn't matter. No matter, and that drives me insane because I was like, dude, I'm paying for this service. Like, I'm
Exactly.
paying for it. I don't care that the Tennessee Titans or the Nashville Predators are in my backyard. I'm paying for this service. Let me
Exactly.
watch the fucking game.
Yeah. As a consumer, that's the most annoying part. I'm like, the one thing I do love about ESPN Plus is I'm because I'm trying to get into watching soccer. I love soccer, but I need to get
Well,
into
we got that
watching.
right.
So they soccer is all like when I get on there, all I see is soccer half the time.
Peacock too, man. Peacock's got a
Yeah.
lot. They have
Um,
EPL. Peacock.
but what I do love about ESPN is because they did that deal with UFC where
Yes.
ESPN
Yeah.
right. So you can buy the pay-per-views straight on there, which I don't buy
Mm-hmm.
pay-per-views because I generally can't afford the $60 or $70, whatever. But they have UFC fight nights, which is just a
Mm-hmm.
non-pay-per-view. And if you have ESPN Plus, you can just watch it on there. So I've been able
Right.
to watch way more UFC fight nights because I think fight nights are usually on Fridays. So I always check. And then I'll
Some
just
are on Saturdays. Yeah.
yeah.
If they're not.
If there's not a big pay-per-view card of that on or
Mm-hmm.
whatever Saturday, then they'll have it on there. But I love just that I'm able to that's the one thing that I've really enjoyed is being able to watch just these just it's just called fight nights. They're non-pay-per-view. You turn it on, you can watch there's a full card. Sometimes they have championship bouts on there when they're like not like big names, when it's just these
Mm-hmm.
weird divisions. Sometimes they'll have like big bouts or at least ranked ones. And I've
Right.
thoroughly enjoyed the UFC. And then even when there's a pay-per-view, you can watch the prelims on
Correct.
ESPN Plus. So even if I
Right.
don't buy the pay-per-view, I'll look see what times the prelims start. Sometimes it's the early prelims, and sometimes the early prelims will start at noon and they'll go all the way up to 5, and then the main card start like 7 or 8. And I'll just watch the early prelims and the prelims just to watch some fights. And then when the main card comes on, obviously it's like it pay for the baby, and then I'll just turn it off. But or I'll like go somewhere to watch it. Because I
Right.
don't want to pay. I'll go to like a restaurant or something like that. But that's the one thing I've really, really enjoyed with the ESPN Plus. Mark, do we have
Yes.
we're doing your segment today? Do we have a movie?
Yeah. Yeah. I watched.
Go ahead and start us off.
I watched an old throwback Disney movie back in the day.
Animated?
No, live action. 90s. Angels in the Outfield, baby.
Who?
You never seen that movie? You never seen Angels in the Outfield?
Is that the baseball movie?
Yes. It's about that
I don't
time Anaheim and Angels. And
I think I've
they're like,
seen it, but I don't remember it.
I'll give you a quick little synopsis. So there's these two uh, foster kids they're two boys, they're foster children. So they live in a foster home. And they, one of them is like a diehard Angels fan. Well, the Angels are like the worst team in the league. They're awful. They're terrible. So like basically this boy and then his like they're foster brothers, so I guess you can call him like his little brother. I don't know. Anyways, they like sing into a game and they're watching the game and all of a sudden like an angel pops out of nowhere And so basically, a team of angels helps this team that's like the worst team in the league, get the first. And during the movie, the more confidence the team gets, the less angels that show up. And like the boy and the head coach become friends and stuff like that, and they get real close. And then the end of the movie, the head coach adopts the two boys.
I think I've seen that movie. I don't remember a lick of it. Because isn't the
Bro, I haven't watched
thumbnail,
that movie since I was like
isn't it like
8.
it's angels and it's got a halo over the A?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah, so
yes,
I've seen, bro, I've seen that movie. I don't remember any of it.
bro.
That's
I
wild.
haven't watched that movie in probably 20 fucking years, dude. I fucking love that movie.
So,
It's so.
it weighs well?
I think it did. I mean, obviously it's from the '90s, so there's like stereotypical '90s elements in that movie,
Yeah,
right?
right.
That just don't age worth a damn. But I just fucking love that movie, bro. I haven't watched that movie in probably 20 years. It was honestly, I forgot how much. Like, I guess it probably just takes you back to being a kid, right? You're just
Right.
sitting in
Some
front of your
nostalgia.
TV on VHS. Yeah, you just sit in front of it.
Wait, you
It's just
watched
a
it on
good,
VHS?
it's a feel good movie, man.
How'd you
No,
watch it?
no, no.
DVD?
Yes,
Okay. I got a little movie
just a,
collection.
just a, just a feel good movie, bro.
So what would you get it? 1 out of 10?
Go 7.5. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
So, but you would want if you
Just a
had to
good
pick
story.
between
It's a good feel good story, man.
if you had to pick between rewatching that or Wolf of Wall Street, you're rewatching that one?
Probably, yeah.
Okay.
Like I said with last week, Wolf, like at the time, I thought it was so revolutionary. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the third wall breaking, Leo's performance. But dude, it just I don't know. I just like you sit there and just like puzzled. You're just like, how much is this? Like the craziness. How real is this? Like we always know Hollywood touches a movie and makes it a little Hollywood esque, right?
Right.
Dude, it's just too outlandish shit that's going on in that movie to be all completely true.
You know, movies I rewatched recently.
Would you rewatch?
I don't know if I've mentioned this already. The Equalizers. I've rewatched the first and second. I'm
Dude,
getting
that
to the
first
third.
one's awesome. I love that first one.
Phenomenal, bro.
He thinks that stable gun. Tap, tap, tap. Oh,
Dude,
that shit got me so hyped when I first watched that movie. I was going crazy. I said, "Oh my god, get this down, going crazy."
dude. Denzel go I hope they make a fourth one, man. That third one was good too.
He's just doming him with the fucking nail gun, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh, phenomenal. I love Denzel's my favorite actor of all time. I think he's the GOAT. He's got range.
He's definitely up there on my list too. He's definitely up on my goat list. It's like him, McConaughey, DiCaprio, Jake Gyllenhaal. I ain't gonna lie, he's really creeped his way in there. That dude can fucking act.
I don't even know. I don't know who my top three would be.
Well,
I
Denzel for
think
sure.
Denzel, for me, I think I go Denzel. This is not in any order. This is just me thinking.
Morgan Freeman's in there for me as well.
Really? I don't know if Morgan Freeman's in mine. It would go Denzel is in there. Will Smith is in there. Leonardo DiCaprio's in there. I think I got to throw Brad Pitt in there.
But he's
That's
also up there for me too.
that's four. Who'd be my fifth? Because I kind of, I'm trying to think of people with range. Because like I wanted to say Tom Cruise, but I
Another
want.
great one.
I'm trying to think range, like somebody that's got range. I'm not saying Tom Cruise does it, but I haven't seen it. It's all action, like it's Mission Impossible. It's Top Gun. It's
Right.
basically the same thing. Who's got range? Uh, who would be my fifth? I don't know if I say Joaquin Phoenix. No, not.
God, he's good too. Fuck, man, there's so many good actors.
I know. I'm trying to think of that one actor that like they got intensity, but they could also do like a
Fucking Christian Bale's up there.
yeah. I was no, not Ben
You want to
Affleck.
talk about range? McConaughey or Tom Hanks are definitely up there.
I was thinking Tom Hanks, but I respect him as an actor. I don't like a lot of the movies he's in.
I don't either, but he does have range. Like in the
Yeah,
'80s
I
and
mean,
shit, early
I
'90s,
respect
all
it.
he did was comedy.
I respect it for sure. Like I'm gonna be
Reynolds,
honest,
Ryan Reynolds,
I didn't really like. Oh, yeah, Ryan Reynolds. So I was gonna say I'm not. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't really
Gosling's
like
up there.
who.
Ryan Gosling, he can pretty much play anything.
Yeah, who is? Yeah, right. Oh, hang on. Who's the guy? Wait, I gotta see what Ryan Gosling looks like. I know that name. Okay,
Just, yeah, that
yeah.
dude
Yeah.
can act.
But who's the guy that played in American Sniper?
Oh, Bradley Cooper, yeah, for sure. Bro, there's
It's
so many dudes that have so much
uh,
range.
I might have to go. I might have to
Dude,
go with
Brad,
Cooper. I might have to
he's
go with
so
Cooper.
good, bro.
I might
He's
have to
so
go with
good
Cooper.
in Wedding Crashers. He was so fucking awesome playing the douchebag in that movie, and then he was
And then
phenomenal in American Sniper and in that movie with Lady Gaga.
and in Hangover, like he's got because
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. Yes,
You got Hangover, you got Bridesmaids, you got American Sniper. That's range. Like American Sniper's fantastic.
and
Yeah.
and he sang his fucking ass off in that movie with Lady Gaga. I keep forgetting what it's called. A Star Is Born. That's him actually singing.
Yeah, my fifth might be Bradley Cooper. I'm not gonna fake it. I don't know if Chris Hemsworth has range or not, but pure action movies, Chris Hemsworth is probably my top five.
If you're going to action, bro, I'd put Gerard Butler up there and fucking Statham.
Ooh, ooh,
Dude,
ooh, yes.
The Rock's up there for sure.
You said The Rock.
And for action movies, yeah. I mean, Tom Cruise
So
is top dog.
all right. So let's go. So we got Tom Cruise, The
Yes.
Rock, Gerard
Mhm.
Butler,
Statham.
Statham,
Statham.
Jason Statham, right? No,
Yeah.
what's his name? Is it Jason?
Yeah. Jason
Yeah.
Statham. Yeah.
And then who we got five? Could you still throw Will Smith in there for action?
You could if you wanted to.
Or no? Well, action. I'm gonna still throw Denzel in there.
Yeah, I would
Damn
too.
near. What's his name? Don't tell me. Keanu Reeves. You could throw in there for
Mm.
straight action, just from the John Wicks. Obviously the Matrix is like a staple in American cinematic history.
Right.
Yeah, I think there was another one I was gonna. I mean, you could argue uh Mark Wahlberg for action.
Yep. Yep. You could.
Action might be tougher than just overall top actors because there's just so many good
It's
just
deep.
straight action actors.
Yes, it's deep.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good list. That's a good list. Oh, is that all, Mark?
I guess that's all for me. You got anything else?
No, it might be a quick one today. Oh, what are your yeah, just one more thing. What you got planned for the Super Bowl Sunday? Like what's the plan?
Um, I'm gonna help the father-in-law grill out. We're gonna make some burgers and some dogs on the grill. Have a nice powwow with the in-laws, of course. Having a big, smorgasbord board of food, drinks, good time. Gonna be glued to my TV. 'Cause listen, it's the last football game of the calendar year. It happens every year, right? So we all watch it. I really don't care about the game as much as I used to. I remember being little and just, being enthralled. I want the commercials. I want the movie trailers. I need good commercials this year. The last 5 years, they have lacked
Yeah.
on creativity and funniness on these. I need the shit from when we were back in the day when we were kids. Bro, they used to be able to make a commercial so good when we were younger.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the classic commercials always come from Super Bowl, and we just haven't had like any classics. There's not any memorable ones for the last 5 years.
Nothing I can think of.
Bro, I can tell you my favorite commercial of all time was the Doritos commercial.
I was about to say Doritos had some bangers.
Bangers, bangers. When
With
it's the little black kid playing his
the kid,
PlayStation.
don't touch my Doritos. Don't touch my
Dude.
mama.
Bro, so simple. It's so
Yeah.
simple, but it was phenomenal. It's my favorite commercial of all time.
Yeah, it was
It's undefeated.
fantastic.
Mountain
They
Dew
also
had
had
some
that.
bangers too.
They had another commercial where he thought he went. The kid made a little time machine, and he went in
Yes.
it, and he thought
Doritos,
it was Doritos.
And yeah. Dude, Doritos had some bangers. Mountain Dew had some good ones too over the years.
And
They've had some
Pepsi,
good ones.
Pepsi had
Yeah.
usually have some good ones. And then all the fire movie trailers came out too.
Dude, that's what we're there for. The problem is they're starting to get some of them are getting leaked already, and that's it's like, damn man, let's get to Sunday before they leak online. Shit.
Yeah. Yeah, it'd be fun. I'm actually hosting a Super Bowl like watch party here at the gym, and I invited everybody that I know that lives out here that I could think of I invited people I thought that would come, and then people I would just extend the invite to. And so I don't know how many people are going to show up, but we're just going to throw on the TV here. We're going to like put out some tables, and I just want a good game, and obviously the commercial. You said what?
Order some pizza.
I told everybody, bring your own booze, bring your own food, because I'm not buying shit. Not for like just a bunch of people to show up. You got to bring your own stuff, but yeah, that's my plans. And then I'm kind of glad it's at 5:30, so it's not the game's not going to end too late. And then I'll probably just head to the crib and chill the rest of the night. Maybe I might try to rewatch Equalizer 3. I don't know yet, but
you got something for me to watch that I should review from next? I guess Monday.
Rewatch one of my favorite movies of all time. Rewatch 300.
All right, I will.
Bet.
This is Sparta.
Oh, one of my favorite. I have it on DVD. One of my favorite movies of all time.
I'm a big nerd when it comes to like music and movies. Like I don't know why. I just love fucking orchestras and movies.
Mm-hmm.
300 one of the best.
Oh,
one
fire.
of the best when it comes to orchestral soundtracks for movies.
Oh yeah, especially in the fights and it's slow mo, and you got this like, old kind of historic, like almost Victorian like opera music, and
I love that shit. I love that shit in movies.
Oh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I believe that is it from us. Shout out Calvin getting that bread. He's working a little overtime. Shout out Mitch. I don't know what he's doing, but we'll be moving the pod. We'll be moving the pod to Monday, so hopefully we can get the whole squad back on consistently. But ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode of Garden 615. We'll catch y'all in actually a few days, because we'll probably drop this bad book. Next one's I'll probably try to drop it Tuesday if we're gonna go on Monday. But all right, I'll see you kids. Y'all be safe. Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
I'm gonna chase my dreams.